A's Extra.
The Anglers Extra pregame show rolls on. We're here at Veterans Field. Ben Shulman with Matt Hogan, the Vanderbilt outfielder, here for Catch of the Day. Matt, thank you so much for joining the show.
No, thank you for having me.
So you just played in your first 2 games on the road.
Yep.
You joined the team late, and actually in our last interview with Tom Holliday, he talked about kind of recruiting you. Can you tell me about how your season ended after the CWS and the contact you had with TH coming into this year?
Yeah, no, so I mean, it was really cool. Coach Holliday reached out to me last second, and I was about to go to the Northwoods League, and then he reached out to me. He was like, hey, you know, I got a spot in the Cape if you want it. And I was like, I'll jump all over that right now. So sure enough, I decided to come here.
What about coming to the Cape, coming to the Anglers enticed you?
I mean, there's just such a great history behind the Cape. I mean, you really can't beat it. And just hearing about Chatham, I've heard long about Coach Holliday and obviously the coaching staff here. So when I found out all that information, I was like, that's just an opportunity you can't pass up.
You're a Northeast guy. Had you ever been around the Cape League before? Maybe not as a player, but a spectator or maybe even a viewer from afar?
Yeah, so I came to a game or two. I played for the Martha's Vineyard Sharks back when I was coming out of high school. And, you know, I stopped over here and saw a game or two, and that was about it. But I was always just like wowed by it because, I mean, the pitching here is incredible and the talent is just off the charts.
Do you remember who was in that game or anything about it that stuck out?
No, not really. I don't remember anything from that game. I just remember that it was such a cool experience to come watch these teams play here. I mean, you could just see everywhere the crowd's so into it, and everybody on the field is really into it as well.
This is the first game you're at Veterans Field, out of the lineup tonight, but you're in the confines. How is it? How does it compare? Of course, you've been to Vandy, so that's kind of the pinnacle, but what do you like from the ballpark so far?
Oh, I love it. I mean, honestly, I just love this whole kind of like sunken diamond feeling. You know, I mean, you got like this really nice grass patch out here and then all the seating all around. And I don't know, I like the way it looks, and I don't know, I'm just a big fan. And the team here seems really cool, too. All the guys are really nice, very welcoming. It's a very good environment, and I'm just so excited to be here.
You came with a teammate, Max Romero. Does that help you kind of ease in with a new team midseason?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime you have a friend, you know, a brother that can just come along with you, it always makes things more comfortable for you. And I mean, it's just like such a good welcoming culture here. You know, you got guys coming in from all different schools coming together, and it's just, you go out every night and you play your hardest and you just play some baseball. So you can't really beat it.
There are a lot of freshmen on this team. You're a junior. How do you try and take on a role to maybe guide some of them in the dugout and on the field?
I mean, a lot of it is just kind of like letting them do what they want to do. Obviously, if I can lend them a helping hand, I will. I'll step in and help them out. But this is a place of experience. It's really get the experience you can, and if anybody needs a tip from me, I'm more than willing to help anything I can do.
You were doing what you wanted to do on the base paths last night. You moved a couple times on wild pitches, had a stolen base. You're a quick guy. What conversations did you have with Tom about your role on the bases coming into the first 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, just be aggressive. Get on the base path early, see what damage we can do from there, and go. I mean, any ball in the dirt, I'm going to try and take a base. Obviously, I want to make sure it kicks away from the catcher enough. But anything we can take advantage of to move up and score some runs, I'm going to try and do. So.
In terms of stealing, how much freedom do you have?
I don't know. I have yet to talk to him about that entirely, but I mean, we'll see. It really depends on you know, the jumps I get and how comfortable I am when I'm up there, and just kind of reading the pitchers and seeing what they're doing as well. All that plays into getting certain jumps, and obviously time to the plate, catchers behind the plate. So, 'cause, I mean, there's a lot of talent in this league. You always got to measure it.
Coming off the bench a lot of the time at Vandy to now being a regular player here, how do you keep your timing with pitchers in terms of getting jumps? What kind of work are you doing?
On the base path, you mean?
Yes.
So basically a lot of that is just kind of like knowing his time to the plate, knowing the catcher's time to second base or third base, knowing his pop time, all that stuff. Kind of measuring it, making sure that whatever you're doing is really on par with line speed to the next base. So if I see he's got a long leg, I have a better shot at getting to second base or third base, or trying to get a vault. If the pitcher's getting into too much of a rhythm, I can get a vault and try and steal third as well. And you know, it's just stuff like that that really helps and contributes to everything. But I think as a team, we're gonna do some damage on the base pass this year.
Is that something that you do from the dugout, studying the pitcher, talking with Mickey? Where do you get that information?
Everywhere, yeah. Talking to Coach Mickey, and then honestly from the dugout on the base pass sometimes itself, because sometimes they do I've noticed that there's a lot of different pitchers in this league. So, you're switching out guys. So sometimes you got to do it on the fly on the base pass when they throw in a new guy. But a lot of it is just taking in what you see and going from there.
Well, you got your way against a lot of pitchers yesterday, scored 2 of the 4 runs, and had a big